That's awkward.
Yeah, that is awkward. I'll cut that out.
Yeah.
I don't know where we were going with that.
Welcome to New York. 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 Welcome to New York.
Get up, get out of bed, and get going.
Everything that we do exclusive. Make sure that it's all inclusive. I was taught make no excuses. As a man, you can't be useless.
Let me tell you this right now. If you're unwilling to invest in yourself, you will never be successful. Never. And I have people all the time, say, well, John, will you sponsor me? No. Heck no. Sponsor yourself. You see, the moment you sponsor yourself, then other people will start to invest in you. Some of you are on the brink. You can step over the line and invest in yourself, and I promise you, it'll make all the difference in the world. That's, if there's a secret sauce, I'm constantly going to great events. But all this is action, by the way. Go to great events, seek out great people, ask great questions, read great books, attempt to do great things, find great mentors. This begins to be absolutely huge in your life and mine. Let me tell you this right now.
So,
Very powerful.
yeah,
Very powerful.
I think I think we see this a lot in our society, especially today. People want handouts, and people have always wanted handouts. People have always been too lazy to a degree, in my opinion. But people want other people to invest in them without investing in themselves. People want to be the gold mine that, oh, I just need someone to take a chance on me. I just need someone to see my potential. I need someone to know what I'm capable of and just give me $100,000 loan or give me this or that without actually, watering their own seed and helping themselves grow.
Man, you hit it, bro. You hit it. And, I'm getting a little teary-eyed, man. It really right now is because John Maxwell is probably the most profitable mentor for leadership that I can possibly think of. And what I mean by profitable, I don't mean by money, I mean by helping others. We went through this course, all the managers at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai. And this is really when I made the turn and took the curve to better myself and invest in myself. I became a better listener. I didn't know there was, 17 different ways that you can listen to someone. I didn't know all of those things. And so right at that moment, Austin, I knew that I had to invest in myself. I was that same person. I was that same dude that wanted everybody to help, wanted everybody to sponsor, wanted everybody to chip in, wanted everybody to see my talents. And I said, you know what? Nobody's going to help me. How can they help me if I'm not out here leading and if I'm not out here showing, if I'm not out here trying to get it on my own? How can somebody help me? Who wants to help me? And so sponsor yourself, sponsor yourself. How much are you investing in yourself? And not about money all the time. Don't think about money all the time. Think about investing in your health. Think about investing in the time that you spend on yourself. Invest in yourself and sponsor yourself.
With your mind, your body.
With your mind, your body, your soul, everything you got, sponsor yourself.
I mean, we beat this probably every week like a drum, but you get up at 4:15 every day. You make sure that you work out, 5-6 times a week?
Yeah, 5 times a week.
5 times a week.
Yeah, minimum.
Right. And then I'm sure you're active on that 6th and 7th day. You're probably out walking with grandkids, playing with grandkids, living an active lifestyle.
Absolutely.
That's going to help your mind and your body. You eat discipline. Not saying you don't cheat, because you do cheat.
Yeah, I cheat all the time.
You eat 5 meals a day?
5 meals a day.
5 meals
minimum.
a day. Yeah. He'll have alarms going off in the middle of the day.
Absolutely.
And then I'll know it's time to eat. And then he'll say, time to eat. Mm-hmm. And then most of the time he already ate. But he wants to eat the things that's going to keep his body healthy, keep his bone strong, his muscle strong, keep his mind right. I don't ever see you drinking super sugary drinks.
Yeah, I don't. I drink 1 soda a day.
I don't see it. It's got to be at home.
It's at home at nighttime, because I'm fiending for one, and because I've either drunk coffee or water or hydrant all day. And so, I'm a cheat a little bit. I'm a cheat. I mean, that's cheating in everything.
That's like your reward. You worked hard all day.
Absolutely. That is a reward. That is a reward. And Austin, I want to commend you. You commended me last time, but I want to commend this young man. How old are you again? 26?
24.
24. I keep bumping him up. It's because in my mind, in my heart, he's older than his age. And so that's the reason I keep getting his age off. But he's 24 years old, and Austin has completed a lot of things in his life. You've lived on your own since what? You were what?
Off and on since I was 18.
Yeah, off and on since he was 18, and he's had his own ambitions. He's had his own dreams and his own life that he wanted to live, and he didn't want anybody to bombard on it or anybody to give him direction to go. He wanted to find that on his own. So this is a 24-year-old young man that is a manager at a great dealership that has all these things going on for him. Is because he took the action to sponsor in himself. So what I'm telling you is there's not an age limit to it. You're never too young to start sponsoring yourself. You're never too young to go out there and get it on your own. Just because you're a certain age doesn't mean that you cannot do it. I suggest you not ask your parents. I suggest you not ask your friends. I suggest that you ask yourself 3 things. What do you want to do? How can I do it? And when will I do it? Ask yourself those 3 things at an early age, just like Austin. So Austin, great job, man. Great job of being a adult.
Thank you. So, excuse me. We talked about last week your chances and choices in life. There's 2 things you get every day, a chance and a choice.
Yeah.
So you have the choice to invest in yourself, the choice to make yourself prepared, right? What do they say? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Right.
Or preparation meets opportunity. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Anyways, that gets the point across. So if you have the choice to prepare yourself every day, whether that's for a job interview, whether that's for just making yourself available to meet new people, which is going to be your chance, whether it's, making sure that your mind is right, your attitude's right, you're actively doing thought replacement, you're not having negative thoughts, you're seeking out new endeavors, you're seeking out new tasks, new things to learn. You want to go work out, you want to go meet people, right? People will want to invest in you when they see that you're worth investing in. I mean, that sounds very black and white. It's because it is. People aren't going to take a chance because you asked them, right? People will take a chance on you because you've proved yourself to them or to someone else who is important. This person's ready.
Yeah, they
This
see your
person's ready
value.
to take an opportunity, right? It's pretty simple. People don't take time for themselves. People either want to be way too lazy or people want to be way too giving and not worry about themselves at all.
Yeah.
They take care of everybody else, which is a form of ignorance because at some degree you have to make sure that you're right before you can get anybody else right.
That's correct.
And like I said, if you don't water your own plant, no one else is going to.
No.
They may walk by, feel bad for you, pour a little water, but they're not gonna pour enough to let you grow.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they have to let themselves grow first. They're worried about them and their family first,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So why should they be spending all their time on you? Mentor should be a mentor. A mentor shouldn't be your puppeteer.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
That's correct. Hey, I like it. A mentor should be, not your puppeteer. Your mentor should be a person that's going to help you sponsor yourself. So sponsor yourself, invest in yourself. All the things that Austin just told you, invest in yourself and sponsor you.
it takes 2 to tango.
If you ever walk into a room and all you're being told is why you don't belong there, that's where you stay. Be very careful of the rooms where you naturally belong. You don't walk into spaces where you naturally fit in because by definition, in the room, in the space where you naturally fit means you're not growing. It means you're not extending yourself. It means you're not existing outside of your own vortex of comfort. So, there's somebody in this room who needed me to say that, and I've said it to you now. Be authentic. Be yourself. Show up as you. Good English, broken English. That's who you are, girl. Do your thing. Do what you gotta do. If you ever walk...
Thoughts?
If you ever walk in the room and nobody wants you to be there, stay there. Stay there. That's where you're gonna grow. When it's not normal, when it's uncomfortable and everybody's staring at you, that's when you'll grow. That's the things that you have to do. Those are the things that you have to do. If you continue to go in a room where everybody likes you, where everybody is smiling, and where everybody is not telling you the truth, you'll never grow. So how bad do you want to grow? You know, and that's where I say surround yourself with people that are better than you, that are greater than you, that can teach you how to grow.
I can tie it into the previous video too.
Yes.
So you walk into a room of people that you feel like you don't belong to be there. You haven't done what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel like you're you don't feel like you should be there.
Yeah.
Well, you walk into that room. That's the room of people that could water your seed with you, right? But they're not just gonna give you water. They're gonna see you come in. Why is he here?
Mm-hmm.
Why is she here?
Mm-hmm.
You have, not because you don't have the capacity to prove anything, right? You don't have to go through your life proving things to people.
No.
But by, like he said, being authentic, being yourself, being driven, do what you got to do, you're going to naturally get those people's attention.
That's
So
right.
if you're in that room and there's no one else, or like if everybody's up here, you're down here, and there's no one else down here in the room with these people, you're going to stand out. One, so, okay, you're standing out. You got a chance. You got a choice to make. You got a choice to make something of it.
Heck yeah.
So you better do what you can with that opportunity.
Yep.
Don't screw it up.
Don't screw it up.
And you don't have to be perfect, but don't screw it up.
Don't screw it up.
We're all going to make mistakes, but you have to go and you have to take advantage of those opportunities when you're surrounded by people. By the opportunities, I mean learn, shut up, listen, ask questions, and then shut up and listen. Their answer may not be correct, but you can still learn a lot from those answers.
There you go.
Right. So when you're uncomfortable, like you said, that's when you're going to grow. So when you're in the room and you feel like, man, I really don't know if I deserve to be here, you probably don't.
Yeah.
Find a way to deserve to be there.
That's it.
Right. Not everybody who's successful, pretty much at one point or the other, felt like they didn't deserve to be somewhere, and then eventually they got around people who showed them how to deserve it. But 80% of it they found it on their own, because they said, "What the hell with this? I'm not going to sit here and feel lost or feel like a loser anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm going to force my way into this room. I'm going to force my way around these people to make sure that I go where I want to go in life."
For sure, for sure. I mean, absolutely so true. And I'll share this with you guys. You walk into a room and everybody's staring at you and you don't feel like that you're supposed to be there. Those same people and everybody in that room felt just like you. Just like you. Or over half of those people in that room, they're not supposed to be there either. Or they're feeling just like you. So just walk into the room with a smile on your face, with your head held high, and knowing that you're getting ready to grow.
Boom.
And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not defeat me. You will not destroy me. Some of you are so ignorant. You've been through so much hell. You gonna quit now? Lay hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
You let...
You got a little more life experience. I'm going to let you start off on this.
You know, let it go. You know, let it go. You know, life itself, man, life itself will slap you in the face. You know, life itself will slap you in the face. And if you don't let those negatives go, if you don't let those downfalls go, if you don't let those disappointments go, life is going to end. You know, and I hate to say it that way, and I hate to put it that way, but that's what happens. You know, that's what happened. Our suicide rate is so high right now is because folks weren't able to let those things go. So if I can suggest something to you, just let those things go, right? Let them roll off your shoulder. Let them go in one ear after the other, or let them be the key to your success. You know, let them be the key to your success, man. And you know, things happen every single day, Austin. Things happen in life every day that we unexpect. We unexpect. So you got to know that there's going to be an unknown. Whatever that unknown is, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Put on your mind, put on your heart to let it go, and use that as fuel to get better.
I mean, like you said, people go through so much in life, and then when they're at the very bottom, they give up. All right, what happens when you're at the bottom? There's only one way up. And I don't know why people, I mean, I guess I can understand why people can forget that, because it's so hard going through hell, like we talked about last time. It's so hard going through it in the moment that you can't think about anything else. But you have to think about, well, what if I get through this? What's it going to be like?
Yeah.
What is my potential on the other side? What can I provide for my family on the other side? What can I provide for myself if it's just you?
Yeah.
What will I feel like when I accomplish getting out of this, when I accomplish X, Y, and Z? People lose sight of that, lose sight of their goals because their goals aren't big enough.
Yeah.
If your problems and your issues are bigger than your goals, you can't see your goal.
That's right.
But if your goal is taller and higher than your problems, you can still see your goals. You can still get to where you want to go.
That's right.
But if you're surrounded by a bunch of issues and problems and you can't see your goal, you're not going to know which direction to go. You're not going to know which way is north.
That's right.
So you have to make sure that your goals are high enough, and that's why I want to do this, is because I want people who are my age and people who are even older that are still starting to figure out where they want to go. Is you have to have a North Star.
That's
and
right.
People don't have. If you don't have a North Star, you at least need to know where the South is. So then you got three directions. You got one direction you don't need to go, and you got three directions you can go. Right. Of course, that's just an analogy, but again, if your problems are bigger than your goals, you'll never reach your goals. So you have to start reevaluating your goals. You may never hit those huge goals, but if you get 80% there, that's a lot better than if you never set them. And if you set them, if they were 10 times lower, then you're just going to be living a crappy life that you didn't want to be living. Versus if you set your goals for what you authentically want in your life, then you can achieve what you want.
That's it. You can achieve what you want. Just like Austin said, you can achieve what you want. You got to write these things down, and you got to put them in front of yourself every single day. That's where you won't give up. You got to place them in front of you. You got to place friends in front of you. You got to write it down and put it on your refrigerator. And also, if you can't do those things, if you cannot do those things, Austin and I are here for everybody. Bo at Carter County Dodge, Austin at Carter County Dodge, email us, send us a text, let us know, and we can help you get your mind right and help you position yourself so that you don't give up. So again, we just want to reach out to you and let you know that, guess what? We go through things in life, but we woke up today and we are here. And so don't give up. Just like Eric Thomas said, allow those things to fuel you and you keep going.
People gotta understand, like, you get so much growth in isolation. When you're in isolation and you got problems, it's the worst feeling ever. I ain't got nobody to lean on, nobody to talk to. But it was the best thing, because when you do have people, you're not dealing with your shit. You're reminiscing, you're talking, you're being distracted. But me in isolation, man, I grew so much. So I came back and started rebuilding my life. People gotta understand.
Man, again, it's what we were just talking about. When you're at the bottom, what do you choose to do? Do you choose to get scared, let that fear ruin you? Or do you self-isolate, figure out what your problems are, figure out what your solutions are, and go towards those solutions? For me, that's why I like living alone, because I could live with someone else, I'm sure, and I'm a lot more mature at this point where I could probably start that stage of my life, but I still want to grow so much more that I like being alone, because I've been able to live with myself.
Yeah.
And if you can live with yourself, then you can achieve a lot, and then you can bring someone else into your life. If you are always relying on someone else's attention, someone else's validation, someone else's compliments, someone else's criticism, you can't be a haven for your own growth. You have to rely on other people. And then what happens is we stop worrying about the people that actually can give us good advice, and we start worrying about, well, our girlfriend that we've stayed together just because she's pretty, or our boyfriend, or whatever. You stay with the people that give you unqualified advice. You rely on their opinion, so therefore you're surrounding yourself with people that aren't going to help you grow. And I've been in a very toxic relationship in that aspect. We did not grow together at all. Yeah. It was quite the opposite. And that's the last serious relationship I've been in.
Gotcha.
I dated a girl for like 3 weeks after that at one point. But I just decided that it was my time to have my time alone with myself. It was me time. And that's been for like 4 years at this point. and I haven't regretted a single minute because I've grown to where I've grown to.
Gotcha.
And my mindset has developed into who I am today. And every time I noticed that I would start wanting to get serious with somebody at, up until this point, I felt myself stop growing. I felt myself pulling myself back into, a life that I was living before I discovered, how successful I could be.
Yeah.
And I was willing to sacrifice goals and dreams.
Yes.
And I couldn't risk that.
Couldn't risk that.
Now I'm sure there'll be some point where I can have that and not, pull myself away.
Yeah.
But me personally,
Sir.
I'm not willing to risk anything right now at this point in my life. I'm not willing to sacrifice anything because I know who I want to be. I know the kind of person I want to be. Again, doesn't just involve money, but it involves freedom of my own time, my own choices, being able to set my day to day, be able to provide a life for me and my family that I want. And I want my family on my own terms. I don't want to just, live on somebody else's terms. So if you haven't learned how to live with yourself and then isolate yourself and start being okay with who you are and who you can be, I highly suggest that you take some time away for yourself and to figure it out.
Oh man, just one thing to add to that. I see a lot of posts on Facebook all the time, Austin, for, single ladies looking for a young man that's, got his life together, knows what he wants, has ambition, can live with himself. Him, y'all need him. This is the guy right here. He's ready to go. So any single ladies out there, come and see Austin. He's ready to go.
No, don't do it yet.
I'm just kidding. Austin, you motivate me, to live with myself. And that's one of the reasons why I enjoy working out by myself. I really do. I enjoy working out by myself. I love working out with people, but I'd rather work out by myself is because now I can grow. I can first start to grow mentally in my mind and push myself. And now my mental state goes into my heart, and now it becomes super simple and super wanting now. And, now that I have the will, now that I have the power to do it, now I can put both of those together to make my body and my mind and my spirit and all grow together.
Is that why you like working out by yourself?
That's why I enjoy working out by myself, because all I have to worry about is me. And, as a kid growing up, I was solo. I hung out with my boys and hung out, but I would rather hang out with myself at home and doing my own thing. Now when I wake up at 4:15, I like to sit in the dark, like pitch black, like seriously sit in the dark.
There's peace that comes from it.
There you go. There's peace that comes from it. And that's how I find myself. And so as a kid, I didn't know why I did these things, man. I really didn't. But as an adult 3 years ago, I know why now, because I had to grow on my own. God said, Bo, you got to grow up first. How can you have all these ambitions and how can you have all these tasks? How can you have all these things that you want to do and you ain't even right? You ain't even right. So I had to get right. And so I want to continue to grow. So I isolate myself a lot. So, continue to do that also. Isolate yourself. And like Austin said, take some time to isolate yourself if you aren't at this point yet.
And I don't want you to think you have to be a loner the rest of your life, but if you've got to take a break from all the chaos, all the fast lights, the nightlife, from work, on the weekend, whatever, at night, take that time for yourself and start finding out who you want to be and finding things out about yourself, and just be okay with not having to have someone's affection around you all the time. Because if not, you're going to, like I said, rely on people all the time, and it's not a recipe for success or happiness at that point.
I have no expectations that people will do things for me. Where humans can disappoint you, you're finished. Expectations of others is a very dangerous game. And more importantly, it's a tell that you do things with expectations of others. I have no expectation of anybody, literally. That doesn't mean you hold people to not a standard that you can then decide on, but I have no expectations that people will do things for me.
I swear I don't try to tie these in together. I just send TikToks to our account so that way I can keep them in the messages, something we can go off of. But it always seems to work out.
Yeah, right.
One ties into the other.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, man, it does. It ties right into the other. And I was thinking about this yesterday. So this is how it works, man. And so this shows me that this is meant to be, and we're gonna keep it going, keep it hot, keep it interesting, and keep your mind right. But I was thinking about this yesterday, man. You know, I was expecting a lot, man, a lot from people. I was expecting a lot from people, and then when you don't get it, it's a disappointment. And now you're at a whole different place, man. You're at a whole different place with it now. And so don't expect expectations from anybody. You know, don't expect anybody to do anything for you. They may be in a good mood one day. They may be in a bad mood one day. They may not even feel like even helping you. So don't expect expectations from anybody. Expect expectations from yourself. What will you do? How will you do it? Will you give up? Will you not? Those expectations, put those on yourself. And once you put those on yourself, you won't worry about what other people do. Or even if you expect them to do something and they don't do it, it'll still keep you positive. It'll still keep you going.
Set yourself up and prepare yourself enough to where, yes, other people may be helping you with a project or whatever
Amen.
in life, right?
Yeah.
But set it up to where, I mean, if you can, most of
all
the
about
time
the
you
setup.
can. Most of the time you can set things up to where if someone else falls short, okay, well, you can reach out and pick up that slack.
Absolutely.
If you don't put in enough work to be able to pick up the slack, then there's an issue with you too.
That's it.
You should be more
Absolutely.
disappointed in yourself than you are someone else.
That's right.
You should only get upset with your own failures and your own disappointments versus other people. Because if you have expectations of other people,
Yeah.
that's when you're going to start, like we said, being upset with you. You're going to start letting it affect your life.
Yeah.
Right. So, but if you can just reach out, you may be a little frustrated that Bo didn't come through on something,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you got to reach out and pick up the slack on it. But guess what? At the end of the day, it still got done because you were ready to get it done. And then you can, like you said, hold people to a higher standard, see who hits that standard, and evaluate going forward.
Right.
That's how you raise the bar in your life. Is okay, someone else is helping me in this group, but I can see now who's not pulling their weight, and I can see who I'm having to pull the slack or pick up the slack on.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're just relying on other people to lift you up, you're going to be dead weight. So you can't help. If you can't help lift yourself, they sure as shit can't help you. So you have to be prepared to pick up the slack and then evaluate who helps you grow even more past what the original plan was.
Thank you so much, Austin. Yeah, I'm serious. Thank you so much. I needed that. For real. Seriously, I needed that from yesterday. I had a little something going on yesterday. But you know what? I needed that right there. I needed that to pick up the slack, right? Don't expect it, right? Or even if you expect it, it doesn't happen, pick up the slack. Thank you.
Let me just quickly give you a list of 4 emotions that can change your life in one day. Emotions are powerful. Sometimes it doesn't take much to alter your whole life direction. Okay, here they are. Number 1, disgust. Powerful emotion. Disgust says, I have had it. See, that could be the day. The day you can say, I've had it. And whether you've had it with something small or something major, the day you can say, I've had it, may not be the day it ends, but the day it begins. That's what I said when that little Girl Scout left my door when I'm 25. I give her the big lie, she leaves, I say, I don't want to live like this anymore. I've had it with lying and being broke. Powerful day.
What's the internal dialogue that we tell ourselves? Are you going to make excuses as to why you can't buy a Girl Scout cookie? Are you going to make up a big lie because you don't have the $10 it costs to get a box? So in this case, that disgust with himself of the situation he's in, he was 25 years old, couldn't afford a box of Girl Scout cookies when the Girl Scouts came to his house, right? That disgust, one day or the other, is going to either lead you to shell up, keep taking damage, and like you said, like let your life end before it actually ends. Just forfeit and then punt the rest of your life, right? Give up on the drive. Or are you going to let that disgust just motivate you, humble you, discipline you to make the changes in your life to where, okay, I need to get up. I need to go to the gym. Or when you, maybe you get up and you look at yourself, you look at your habits every day, you look at the way you eat, you look at the job you're working out and you hate it, or the career that you're at, you hate it. You don't like the neighborhood you live in. You don't like the people you surround yourself with. You don't like the activities that you catch yourself doing. You don't like your habits. You don't like your illegal habits, right? You want to make that change. You're so disgusted with yourself. You're so disgusted with the people around you. You're so disgusted with your situation in life that you make a change or it cripples you. Sometimes literally, sometimes figuratively, sometimes mentally, sometimes physically, right?
That's right.
But that disgust is going to trigger a lot of the time a couple reactions that I just mentioned. Are you going to go north or are you going to go south?
You know, that's the choice that you have to take. You know, that's the choice you have to make. That's the chance you have to take and the choice you have to make, I should say. You know, I think where people get stuck at is the disgust, right? You're disgusted. And I think folks get stuck there. I think the part that they're missing is that they don't tell themselves that they can. They don't tell themselves that they will. They don't tell themselves, hey, listen, I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of lying. I'm tired of being in the position that I am in. I need to do something about it. I think they just stay disgusted. I mean, I think that is the portion. So when you get disgusted, tell yourself whatever it is that you're going to do. When you get disgusted, pray about it. When you get disgusted, talk about it. When you get disgusted, write it down so you see it every single day. So now you can tell yourself to come out of that. You can tell yourself to be better. You can tell yourself that you are it. You are it. And so I think if people can just do that, I think it'll help, and it'll save a lot of lives. It'll save a lot of time. And time is important. I think if you can just say to yourself that, right, when you get disgusted, just say it. And it may take you to say it over and over and over again. It may take you to just say it that one time. So now you hear it, and now you can go forward. And I think that's the missing link to, you know, being disgusted about whatever. You know, that's what drives me also. When I'm disgusted about it, I'm like, what am I going to do now? You know,
You remember that feeling.
absolutely. You remember that
feeling.
You
when
remember that emotion.
Yeah, that emotion when you let yourself down or someone lets you down.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when you can start seeing. That's what he says. That's either the day it ends or that's the day it begins. However you want to look at it.
Let your day begin.
Let your day begin.
Love is not a feeling. We're watching too many movies. I feel something. That's not love. Because let me tell you, love is what you do in spite of what you feel.
Amen to that one. Bruh.
Love is fighting for the good of someone else, even if they never see the value or the sacrifice that you did.
I did this one just for you. I'm not going to say a thing. You've been married all these years, so I'm going to let you do this one.
I can't even talk on this one, homie. Man. Just love. Just love. Just love. Just love. Love is what you do in spite of whatever other action somebody's giving you. You know, just love. You know, that goes from family to friends to Facebook friends to church to people in the grocery store to the homeless guy on the street. Just love in spite of what others are doing. You know, I can contest to that myself in my life. Kind of the thing I was dealing with yesterday. You know, so just love. Something that I have struggled with for sure. You know, because I've expected those things out of other people. I expected them, man. I expected them, and I knew that they were going to do it, and they didn't. And my love almost went out the window. But I know that love is going to drive me and give me that passion that I need to be who I am. You know, to be the best person that I am, and not to leave anything here. Is just continue to love. You know, love drive you to help someone, love drive you to show that someone, love will help you dig deep down inside, even though you know it may not do any good. They may not change, but you will. And so it's like the video said, man, love in spite of what other people do. You know, I see a great guy, and, you know, he's the owner of our company, you know, and I say it all the time, you know, in spite of what other people are doing, and this man is loving everybody. And it's Rocky, man. And he loves everybody. He gives back to everybody, no matter what, man, no matter what you are or what you've been through or how many times you've been in jail. It doesn't matter. He loves. And so he kind of taught me that in hindsight. And so I deal with it every day, man, you know. So again, just love, man. Love, no matter what.
Thing, right?
That's an internal thing, man. You know, it's, you know, I thought it was a feeling too, to feel love, because people are doing stuff for you and you know, handing you stuff. That's not true love. True love is gonna pick you up when you're down. True love is gonna slap you in the face and tell you you're messing up. True love is gonna say, you know what, you're not doing crap. You're not doing this. You're the laziest person I ever seen, but I love you, and I'm gonna do my best to help you. And I'm gonna do my best to do everything in my power to continue to love you and continue to help you love yourself. And so, you know, let love just drive you. You know, we did with Veronica Parker, a good friend of mine. She wanted to do a love challenge in Central Park. This was last year, and so we did the love challenge, man. And just the feeling and emotion I had that day for people coming out, just giving back love. It's just amazing. And, you know, since COVID, since the pandemic, since the economy crunch, I see a lot more love now. And sometimes it takes a major catastrophe to make people love. And I see it all on Facebook, love. I see prayers, more positive stuff on Facebook. And that's great, guys. So continue to do that. That is loving other people when they're not loving themselves. You know, half of the people on Facebook, when they're putting these posts, when they're doing this motivational stuff, they don't know half of the people, but they're putting it out there is because they love others and they want others to grow as they grow. So continue to just to show love. And again, just love people and you know, give back to people, help people, mentor people, nurture people with your love that God has loved you, and it's called unconditional.
I need you to get yourself back together. Listen to me. I need you to get yourself back together. I don't care what he did, she did, they did. Get yourself back together. You out here letting broken people break you, man. You out here letting broken people break you. You have been in bondage for way too long. Now it's time to remove those shackles. Get your power back. Affirm yourself. You were built to last, not to be last. And that's coming from the big speaker. Big dog. Yeah, that's real. I need you to get yourself back together.
Out here letting broken people break you.
Boy, howdy, man. See it every day. See it every day. Let broken people break you, man. See it every day. I've been there, and, you know, I don't want to be broke anymore. You know, I really don't want to be broke anymore. So I had to get myself back together. You know, and that's every day, man. You got to check yourself every day. You know, don't think that you just good and you good and, you know, you got yourself back together and life ain't going to hit you or somebody's not going to say something or your day is not going to go good. So don't think just because you back and got yourself back together that you won't continue to have to keep yourself together.
I mean, who are you letting influence your life?
That's right.
Who are you letting influence your decisions?
That's right.
Who are you letting push you?
That's right.
Who are you letting pull you into their circle?
That's right.
You control these things.
That's right.
You can control whether you want to be around somebody.
Say
if
it.
you're around people who aren't helping your life,
Yeah, say that.
you're not going to grow. So
Right.
you owe it to yourself, not to anybody else, to get your life back on track and get it in the direction you want to go. So when you're letting broken people break you, you're the issue.
Yeah.
They're broken. They're not taking the steps in their life. So you can't worry about them. You have to worry about yourself. So, I mean, I'm not going to keep reharping on this, but if you let broken people break you, that's your issue.
Gotcha. When a broken person comes into your life and you feel like that you are being broken, Austin, what's a tip or something motivational or just something that someone can do to help them to begin to get themselves back together?
Again, it goes back to just knowing what your goals are.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that your goal is to be a doctor, okay, would a doctor be, just think, would a doctor do this? Would a lawyer do this? Would a entrepreneur who's trying to accomplish their goals do this. Not because it's morally right or wrong, not because, you know, a doctor's better than someone else. Is this how a doctor spends their time? Is this how a successful entrepreneur spends their time? Is this how a true professional would spend their time? Is this how a good person would spend their time? Is this something that's going to benefit me in the future? Like we said last video, the decisions you make now are gonna be directly reflected 3 to 5 years from now. The life you live now is a reflection of the decisions you made 3 to 5 years ago. So make those decisions today that are going to affect you going forward. If you spend 6 months eating like crap, not going to the gym, you're going to put on 15, 20 pounds. You're going to lose a lot of muscle. You're going to lose a lot of that cardiovascular ability. As well as if you don't keep up with yourself, if you're not shaving, you're not keeping, you know, your appearance well, you might lose some attraction with your spouse. They might not be as attracted to you. I mean, again, I'm not saying that's all of it, but those things start to add, those little things start to add up. If you start slacking at work for 6 months, I'll tell you what, go to work for a year, bust your ass, and then just no show, don't say anything one day. See how much respect you lose. No show, no call one day. Bust your ass, make a great impression for a year, and then no call, no show. See how much respect that you lose. I guarantee you it's more than just a 1 day's work of hard work. So those decisions that you make today are going to affect how people perceive you. Again, not that, again, that's always important, but you still need to put in the work today, the work tomorrow, the work every day. Again, even if you show up to work that day and you're only able, your best, your 100% is 80% of what you're capable of that day. That's better than not showing up and then losing all that respect. But yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm tapping out on that, because I've felt, when I've felt super valuable before, I've thought, well, what if I just, you know, what if I did this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not as irreplaceable as I think I am. Yeah, and so we all have to have that mentality. And that drives me, is the fact that I can be replaced drives me. I want to get to where I can never be replaced. I want to get to where no one can ever replace what I'm doing. And so that's what keeps me going.
Well, good. Keep it up, man. Keep up the good work. And, you know, what Austin said, you know, it's really good, is because it's not that you can't accomplish these things. It's not that you can't get yourself back together, but it will be harder if you make tough choices right now. If you make tough choices right now, 3 to 5 years down the road, it's going to be harder to get yourself back on track. So if you can, prepare yourself, like Austin is saying, to keep yourself on track, right? Before a train starts down that track, I guarantee you, they know where they're going. They know the track. They have a map on a computer, I guarantee you, to tell you every curve, every hill, every downslope of that track, because they are prepared just in case that train gets off the track. They can jump right back on that track and get going again. So make it easier on yourself. Make the decisions right now that's going to count for your life 3 to 5 years down the road, and it will become easier getting yourself and keeping yourself on track.
Snowball yourself. Downhill in this case is going to be uphill, right? The more you can snowball your life, the more momentum you're going to get, the quicker you're going to get to where you want to go in life. You got to start making those decisions now. Yeah.
You know, it amazes me that you're not more intentional with how you spend your time. Just imagine if every morning you woke up and I walked into the kitchen and I handed you $1,440 every single day. Every day you woke up, I was going to walk in and hand you $1,440. You would be so intentional about what you were going to either spend or invest that money in. And yet every morning you wake up and you have 1,440 minutes that you could spend or invest that time doing absolutely anything with. And you know what I know you do? You don't think about it. And so starting today, I want you to take just a second when you wake up. Right now. And I want you to be super mindful and intentional about how you plan to spend and invest your time today. Right now. You know, it amazes me
Right
that
now.
you're not.
Right now.
Right now. Right now. Get up, get out of bed, and get going. Get up and get out of bed,
of
and
bed
get
and
going.
get going.
You know, I'm gonna let Austin touch on this one right here, is because Austin, for the last 3 weeks, this has hit him. This has hit his heart, hit his mind, hit his soul, because he's getting up a lot earlier now. So I'll let you elaborate on this one.
Yeah, I mean, just setting those goals for yourself is going to allow you to step in and take those smaller steps to get to where you want to go. You find out where you need to be, or you find out the end of the equation, right? You can find out how to get there. You can see the destination, so you know that if I want to go to Dallas, I need to take this highway to get to Dallas. I need to, like you said, in that GPS, you can find those turns, you can find all the stoplights, you can find the traffic. Even nowadays with the internet, there's so much that you can use to your disposal. We're in the information era. So there's so much that you can use at your disposal. You just have to find out where your destination is, where you want to go. That GPS, called the internet and called life, will help you get to that destination, but you have to, I don't like the word manifestation too much, but you have to manifest it. You have to make a decision. This is where I'm going, and no one's going to stop me. I'm all the way up.
All the way up. Ain't no coming down now. You all the way
Ain't
up.
no coming down.
All the way up. All the way. You all the way up. Ain't no coming down.
Ain't no coming down. Awesome. Well, we got to get to work. We're running a little late right now, so time to go shower. Time to get ready for work.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Keep your mind right. Keep your day right. Get up, get out of bed, and get going.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching